I guess I'll maybe start with a question and then we'll open it to the audience. What I wanted to start off with is kind of how you came to the project, because Steve and Alice wrote the film as a short, is that right? And it's their kind of, it came from them, so how did you kind of become involved in the
I
project?
had a meeting at Big Talk, which is Nara Clark's company that makes all the garage stuff. And it was just after Down Terrace, and he said, "Do you want to do this film?" And I went, "Oh, I know this one. I've seen a short film for it," and I knew Alice and Steve, so I kind of went, "Yeah." But I also knew that I was about to make Kill List, which was going to be really fucking horrible. And I wanted to make a comedy immediately afterwards, just to clean the palette kind of thing. So I said yes, and then, but basically didn't really come, the business side of it didn't come together until after Kill List was finished. And I was just really lucky, and I just rolled straight into another movie.
I mean, it is drastically different to Kill List, I think. But it has to me, it has a sort of similarly dark heart to it, I guess. I mean, so talking about that process of I guess, writing with Alice and Steve, how did that progress? What was the starting point? Where did you take it to what we've seen tonight?
It was always kind of conceived as something that was their script would be a jumping off point for improvisation, because they're really skilled improvisers. And after doing Kill List, which had some improvisation in it, I wanted to do a really improvised movie before the next couple of films, which were much more very strictly scripted and or loads of effects and stuff. So I wanted to do something really, really loose. And then Amy Jump, who's my missus, but also co-wrote Kill List, had to pass over the script, and then kind of brought a lot of the stuff was already in it, but then we kind of brought it more towards to fit with our other movies.
Okay. What's because it's a very, obviously with the some relatively local towards the places that they visit. Did they actually go around? Did they do? Did they go on like a research trip and actually did the circuit of the places that they visit in the film? Or?
It's all down to Eddie Oram, Steve's dad, and he knew all those places, and they basically Alice and Steve did a research trip about 2 or 3 years ago, and he did the itinerary for it, and he pointed us towards all the places like that, the Stone Circle and stuff. He knew those places, and when other places went through, he went, "Oh no, go there, go there." So it was all Eddie's fault.
Obviously, you've done quite a few festivals now. Was Cannes, was that the world premiere when you did Cannes earlier this year? So what's the kind of response been from international audiences to what's quite intrinsically a British humour and very British culture?
I don't know. I always, I get asked it a lot, and I make it from the perspective of being in the middle of it. So I don't really think about it as English or British or whatever, just things that are happening around us. But then, something going on holiday, you feel particularly like you're from Britain when you are abroad. You don't feel like when you're here. So, but it was interesting seeing it. Comedy subtitled is a tricky old business, and it was interesting seeing it. But it seemed to work. So, I'm not knocking.
We will open questions from the audience now. If you wait for the mic to come to you, because we are filming. So we got any questions for Ben? Okay, we got one at the front here.